What's up, folks? We are live from the road in Louisville, Kentucky. Not Louisville, Jake. Louisville.
Louisville.
I know, right? This is exciting.
Louisville.
I live right next to Louisville, but that's Ohio. So we already went through here once, and we got turned around. So now we are into a 15-minute turnaround because I made the wrong turn a second time. So if you live in Louisville, well, and you know the person who designed these roads, give him a good old smack across the face for him. We are nearly 2,200 miles into this factory road trip. And so we hit up the first day. We were at, this was just a long time ago, YakAttack. So Wade Clements there hooked us up. We had a good, as they allowed Jake. Jake's got a little road rage right now. So we had YakAttack. Jake was driving the drone around. That was a good time. Then after that, about 2 hours after that, we hit up Missile Baits because it's right down the road. Met the old John Cruz. He wasn't feeling great, so he showed us around his warehouse, showed us his boat, which is pretty freaking sweet. Steven's back on. Got Michael Bradley, 25. Afternoon, fellas. Thanks for chiming in. We're just kind of shooting the bull. We are in the middle of a 9.5-hour trip. We just got done hanging out with Chad Hoover and Austin Hoover down on Lake Gunnersville at the KBF headquarters. Chad and I were late last night reviewing K-Fast videos for the final review. And so those videos will be done soon. The website will be done soon. The testing hopefully will be done this week. And K-Fast, a basic, will be brought to you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about it. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting patiently. We keep on saying that it's going to be here soon, but it ends up not being here soon just because it actually takes quite a big effort and time to have something quality out of the gate. So we wanted to bring you something good, not just something okay, because really I just don't want to reshoot the video in a month from now. So that was fun, but Chad and I were up till like 11 o'clock. I think we reviewed for like 2 or 3 hours, but it was good. We had fishing yesterday. We'll get to that in a little bit. Was able to visit. We went live a couple days ago. Jake and I were driving 9 hours from Cashion Rods, which is another one of the factory tours. Guys, I tell you what, I cannot wait, really cannot wait to edit all these together to give you a peek behind the curtain how some of your favorite products are made, right? And we were on our way to Humminbird. And, of course, we didn't have a chance to talk about it yet. So Humminbird was very, very interesting to me. It's a big old compound down in Eufaula. I keep on getting this wrong. It was on the line. Alabama. Well, the problem is, like, we literally are at a hotel on the state line, and that state line is the time zone change. And so I was trying to, like, make sure we made it to our meeting on time because it still wasn't picking up the time zone on our phones. We had to go in and manually do it. It's a big giant pain, but nonetheless, Humminbird treated us like royalty. Like they flew in someone from Racine, Wisconsin, which is the HQ, and just to host us, to take us around. We talked to, and they brought out all the bigwigs, right? We were talking to the people who've been working there for 30 years, 38 years, 20 years, right? These are the people that actually did the interviews and walked us through the process. And so first we talked with their director of R&D. I don't remember the names right now, but we took a walk down because Humminbird is actually located on like a peninsula to a reservoir, and you could like walk down the hill, and they got like their own boat dock, right? And so the R&D is located just a couple hundred yards from their boat dock, and so of course they're running back and forth, running out on Lake Eufaula, testing their gear, coming back, and so it makes it really easy. If I worked there, I'd be like, hey, can I just hopefully live on the lake and just drive my boat to work? That'd be freaking sweet. Or my kayak. Same thing, I guess. So that was good. Humminbird's pretty corporate.
Very corporate.
I mean, much more corporate. Not in a bad sense. It's just it's a larger company, right? It's a big company. There's a lot to think through, like legal departments and all that stuff. And it was it was wildly like sterile as well. And I guess I didn't realize this because I don't really think that, you know, a lot of companies, they literally create their Humminbird units from the bare PCB board. You know, and what I mean by that is those green boards, like circuit boards, before they have any of the components on it. So they literally walked us through their manufacturing plant, which is pretty sweet because they're like freaking robots everywhere, like putting stuff together and turning it, tuning and adjusting things. And they literally walked us through from the bare PCB board to all the machines it runs through to put all the components and all the solder together and all the quality control checks. And my gosh, that was wild. Then after they make the PCB board, they have these, you guys are going to see this in the video. It's going to take me a minute to put all this stuff together because that was my fourth one. They had like 6 or 7 people putting all these things together on more quality control checks. They're putting the screens on. They're putting the, then they show like the Mega Live, and they got robots that are, what were they actually doing that? Orienting it to.
Yeah, so they had the transducer in the arm, and they were changing the different angles of like your different perspective modes with the transducer, and it was testing to make sure that it was detecting
orientation of whatever.
Because Humminbird, they have it built into their transducers in their systems where whenever you swap whatever position that your transducer is in, so say you want forward facing, it auto detects, hey, you're in forward facing mode based on the position of your transducer. Now if you move it sideways or to do like a perspective mode, then it auto chooses that on your panel, and it updates your view. So that's what it was doing. It was like putting it in the different positions, and it was testing to make sure that it was auto detecting.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Or it won't work. The guy, I do remember his name. His name is Dexter. He was like, I've been working for 20 years. Before we had all these
laboratories.
Yeah, right.
Seriously.
Before we had these robots in place, they used to do it by hand. So guys like, you know, and of course, when you with fine tuning something like that, I'm sure it's more of a pain in the butt. And now you have quality control all the way from front to finish, front to back. So it was really neat thing from PCB board all the way to when it goes out the door. They walked us through all of it, which I'm actually impressed. I asked them how many people actually get to do this. Like, we do tours all the time, but we let very few people video. So what you're going to be seeing is something not a lot of people get to do.
Hopefully my videography is that a word? It's probably not a word.
Videography?
Hopefully my video
is up to par.
Skills is good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm shooting on like a GoPro 10, folks. God, just keeping it real.
We'll be upgrading here soon, right? Right, Aaron?
I don't know. I mean, my GoPro 10 takes really great video, and the audio is pretty good too. So I was like, all right, I don't need to upgrade to a $3,000 camera, whatever it is, to get you. I don't know.
You're gonna have like a trained professional to use, right?
I got my Jake. I got Jake. This time Jake we didn't even ask. I can just tell by where we're at, droning around this place.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want. If they said, yeah, go ahead, I'd be like, nah.
If Jake crashed his drone here, he would like wreck a piece of machinery that cost probably $1 million.
Yeah, no,
they also made us wear these vests.
Oh, yeah.
What were they called?
Finally got to wear like the white lab coat.
It wasn't a white lab coat. It was green.
Yeah, it was similar.
I guess it cuts down and removes the static from your body because there's a lot of highly sensitive parts in these. Everyone's wearing these things. They were part of their meetings. And then after that, we took a quick lunch. We actually went to Waffle House.
Yeah,
their cheesesteak hash browns were delicious. I feel like if you're down here in the South, you just gotta go.
There's a Waffle House on every corner down here in the South. Like there is a Dollar General. It's pretty crazy.
It was great.
Yeah.
And then after that, we had one more meeting. And this was interesting as well. They took us to the repair center. And so if you have something wrong with your Humminbird unit, you can send it in. They said their turnaround time was like 2.1 days.
Something like that, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You got like 6 or 7 technicians that'll come and fix it. And if they can't fix it, of course, it's under warranty.
The package literally comes in from whatever box you send it in. They open the box and they put it right down it's almost like its own manufacturing line, a mini manufacturing line. They put it on the tray, It has like a little synopsis for what it is, what's wrong with it.
Yep.
And then it just goes to a technician, and then once it gets to the end of the line, they box it back up and send it right back out the door.
Fixed it.
That's pretty.
It's fast. And it's up to their call center, which, by the way, all U.S. families, right? They don't outsource any of their call center stuff. So if you're calling, you're talking to someone who lives here, they're in Eufaula or from the surrounding area. They have chat. They're walking us through their website, and so an incredible amount of information if something does go wrong, or if you need to troubleshoot something with your unit. They're like, we spent 4 years building this out. Also, if you want to know the best times to call the call center without having to
Stay tuned, they'll give the answer.
Stay tuned. That's going to be in the video. So if you're like, hey, if you want to sit on hold for a while, call during this time. If you don't want to sit on we got the juice from the person who's been there for 28 years and actually runs that team. And also, I didn't know this, right? They have a 3-year warranty.
They do. Yep.
However, if you do not register your products, it's a year of that warranty.
No, it goes down to 1 year. You lose 2 years of the warranty.
Really?
Yes. So
I misheard that.
Only a 1 year warranty if you don't register it. If you register it, you get 3 years.
All right.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I hope we'll do.
I gotta rewatch that.
Second, I'm pretty sure it's what I said.
All right, got some of your comments over here. Let's go take a look. All right, Steven Sturgeon, what's up, brother? Have enjoyed taking this trip with you. Yeah, and I'm not just getting started. Like, all you guys have been seeing is like shorts, which, by the way, those have been blowing up. I think the whole process of like roto molding kayaks is wild to people, and it feels a bit archaic. I'll be completely honest with you. But the finished product is the kayaks you and I love, fish out of. So we saw a hammer being born. It was amazing.
This guy's mad.
Yeah, what?
This guy's mad.
No, I don't care. He don't look mad. He's not looking at you.
Tried to pass me and then got boxed.
Well, you got boxed in with the kayak trailer. I still got my kayak back here in cheesecloth. I'll be doing I haven't, everyone's like, that's definitely not an XTR. But everyone's trying to guess what it is. I'm going to keep that to myself until we do. I'm just going to live and open this up and talk about it. So I'm excited about that.
Guess that Pokemon.
I know, right? John Joe 18X. Are you ice fishing? Nope. Are you ice fishing? There you go. He followed up there. Down here in Huntsville, Alabama, people fish freaking year round. We got in on Thursday night. Went to the Kayak Bass Fishing headquarters, and the next morning Austin Hoover came over and they turned on a tournament that was live. What tournament was it?
It was MLF.
It was MLF, right? And so literally in our back, Jacob Wheeler's fishing. All these guys were fishing.
He's like, I know where that's at.
He's like, I know where he's fishing that at.
We can go say hi.
We could be there in 35 minutes and fish right next to Jacob Wheeler if we wanted to. And so it was really funny. And then we got Jones in. Like, we got to get out. But the problem is, it was super cool. 23 degrees.
Sure was.
So technically we should have been not watching television, watching people fish 35 minutes away, and we probably should have been scouting ourselves, but we did get out. We started putting stuff together around 10. We actually didn't even start fishing until like 1:30 because we went to spot to spot to spot. The wind picked up, and it actually picked up to like unsafe for a kayak.
White caps. And
so we had to find a more protected area. We probably drove around for an hour trying to find a protected area. Finally did, and Chad looked at me when we got there. Is like, these are like kind of the days where I'd probably doing, business work and wouldn't be out in the water. But since you guys are here, we'll give it a shot. And they saw a bunch on their scope.
Yeah, nothing was biting. There was. I will say this: where we were at, you were at kind of a different spot, but they were jumping everywhere. Right? They were all like crappie and like
white perch.
Yellow basses.
No, we found where the bait are, and Chad's like, hey, in about 3 weeks from now, this place is going to be loaded. Austin went out to the main river channel. He's like, yeah, I found a little pot of 8-pounders. However, he's like, it was white capping, and the wind was whipping gusts at 25, 30 miles an hour, so he came back. When I actually found, Chad was like, hey, if you get out of your kayak, there's a little like reservoir. It looks like an old quarry. And he's like, I used to tear them up back there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not catching anything out here. And I've been sitting in a kayak that's not mine, so it wasn't wildly comfortable. I didn't have any type of YakAttack seat cushion or whatnot. And so I get out and I start walking around. And it looked beautiful. It's probably 30 feet deep. And I haven't caught a fish in 2026. So Jake and I were after I was after my first fish in 2026. He already got a steelhead a couple weeks ago in Ohio, in the river. Got it.
Creek.
But I was looking for my first bass. So I was throwing a Seaman blade, and
Lord.
Oh yeah.
It's like 8 potholes in a row.
So I was throwing, the water's pretty, what was the water temp? Do you have electronics?
I did not have electronics.
I didn't have electronics. Yeah, I was kind of fishing blind.
Yep.
But I was throwing a Z-Man big blade with a Z-Man chatter spike trailer on or whatnot. So I was trying to slow it down a bit because the water was cold. And hit 1, hit 2, hit 3, hit 4. I nailed 4. Felt pretty good.
Still don't equal my steelhead bass.
It totally equals your steelhead bass.
Steelhead bass.
So I got my first 4 bass in about an hour just walking around this little, I would imagine not a lot of people fish. It was kind of in the middle of the woods and you'd have to know it's there and actually go back there. So that was fun. We called it a day. The main lake really wasn't producing. Then again, we weren't in the places where we would have chosen because of the weather. So we went out, had some seafood at Wenzel's.
That's great.
It was delicious.
Got the grouper.
You got grouper, I got scallops and shrimp. Chad got the same thing. Austin got a big old steak. It was delicious. So we hung out, came back. We did the K-Fast review of the videos. Jake tried to fish out behind KBF. He wanted to fish so freaking bad. Then he gave up. Then he went to Racetrack, which is a gas station down here, and bought everything.
Everything.
You bought pizza. You had ice cream I didn't find out about till this morning when I saw it laying on your trailer. I was like, bro, you brought ice cream? You didn't even bring it in?
I asked you. I called you.
You did, but I didn't realize you were getting ice cream. I would have said yes.
See what flavor it was?
But you did bring, what was it?
Sugar cookies.
Sugar? Oh, wow. Gross.
It's good. It's pretty good.
Gross.
It's pretty good. Birthday cake.
Birthday cake. No, it was good. And then I've been introduced to something down here. If you're not from the South, you're going to be like, this is freaking weird. Because I was this many days old when I discovered boiled peanuts?
Boiled peanuts.
Boiled peanuts. And so
Not the other word.
we I'm just sitting in the truck and Jake comes out. I was like, oh, you gotta try these. I'm like, what in the what? I actually passed them in there. I was like, this is kind of gross. There's just peanuts soaking in juice. And I was like, all I'm thinking is like, people's fingers in it. I didn't even know what it was. I've never seen it before.
Don't put your fingers in it.
Oh, I didn't know. It just looked like a place where kids or something. I didn't know if they're cold or I didn't know. I was like, it just looks gross. So he comes out with boiled peanuts, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. It's weird because when you boil peanuts, if you've never had these before, it like turns the consistency of the crunchy peanut into like a cooked bean. So like a chili bean, and then you just kind of work through them, and I was pleasantly surprised. The Cajun flavor, I had 2 Cajun flavors, and I now that I've had them twice, I know that the first time they were not quite done, but still good.
They were like al dente.
Yeah, al dente. Not like smushy.
It's better when they're soaked a little longer.
Really? I kind of like them.
Kind of like
a little al dente because they came out of the shell better.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, the other ones are like mush.
It's an art form.
Oh, my bad.
It's an art form.
What was I thinking?
You gotta figure out how to eat them.
So let me know if you ever had boiled peanuts. And I wonder where, like in the United States, where people stop having boiled peanuts in gas stations as you go north.
Yeah,
it's definitely Ohio.
They have some in Ohio.
No, they don't. Yes, they do. No one eats boiled peanuts in Ohio.
Yes, they have one place near me, but they're always like too mushy, like they're too well done.
That's because
they know they don't make them.
They just leave them there all night long until next morning. Oh, see?
Oh yeah.
But is it like one of those everlasting stews?
That rust flavor.
Where you can just keep putting more and more boiled peanuts, or you have to clean them out?
You should be cleaning them out. Yeah.
Every day? Or is there like
it might be like a 2-day thing, maybe.
I just don't like simmering boiled peanuts on a gas station. I'm surprised I'm not sick right now, to be completely honest with you.
They are a delicious salty treat.
All right, so I guess you can make these in like a crock pot.
Oh yeah, I make them. When I make them, they're delicious.
So if you make
next time I make them, when we go, I'll make them before we go fishing. I'll bring you some. Yeah.
So they got to be hot.
You put them in the microwave.
No, I'm not microwaving boiled peanuts.
I'll save you some juice. So you just heat up the juice.
No. The bottom of the boiled peanut. It's like, you can have the rest. I'm just looking down, like, our fingers have been all over. No, I don't want the bottom of the boiled peanuts. Your finger juice.
Drink the juice. Do it. Do it.
All right, so let me know if you have boiled peanuts. If you're a fan, if you're not. Let's get to some of these comments over here. The Michigan Outdoorsman Jones. Eufaula used to be my home lake. Beautiful place, but a lot has changed, unfortunately. Tom Mann's Bait Company is another gem that was lost. But they have an aquarium with big bass and stuff. That Tom Mann's is there in Eufaula? I would have known that. Would have done another factory tour. Mann's Bait still exists.
Who's from Eufaula?
Michigan Outdoorsman, James.
So, do you know anything about that largemouth coffee company?
Oh yeah,
that was pretty good.
We had to check it out. Now I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, it was kind of. I thought they were gonna like brew. Well, they do brew it, but I thought it was gonna be a little bit more fancier.
I thought it was gonna be themed.
It was still good.
To largemouth, like,
yeah, right.
I wanted to walk into. So if you're in Eufaula,
can I get a large small eye or small mouth?
Small mouth.
Yes. Yeah, something like
I was disappointed. I would thought that if it was largemouth coffee company, I would go in. I would be able to just stand there and look at the walls of history of bass fishing. And what actually happened is I walked in. It was one of those coffee places that was inside like a general store, and it was like an afterthought. I mean, a good afterthought. It got us there, but there was like nothing on the walls. Yeah. It was literally largemouth company, coffee company by name only. So I didn't get the experience I was hoping for. Coffee was good.
The logo was cool.
Logo was cool. However, it was just brewed coffee only. So we went in, and you couldn't order a latte. You couldn't order any of those girly drinks that Jake orders. And so all they have was just, and they didn't have it, like, they literally brewed it on the spot. So it was interesting. Largemouth coffee company, great coffee, but if you're in a hurry, you want to go someplace else because they actually, in the moment, made it. All right. It's not gay of you both to have beards and sunglasses. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's not gay for you not to have one.
Yeah, I don't understand. Beard and sunglasses. We're driving down the road. People doing people stuff, I guess. Wham Fishing in the comment section. Unsafe? Never heard of her. Full sentence. What are we talking about? Oh, he's talking about when we went out there. Yeah, I have to. I don't know. With KFAS coming out and the more and more I'm learning, I don't know.
Yeah, because you're learning from doing KFAS.
I always learn whenever I create a video. Because I do a massive amount of research when I do something and when I put it out there. So I put that on top of what I already know about. I'm like, you know what? Kind of depends on the kayak. Kind of depends on if you're with someone, and also kind of depends on a lot of things. Your skill level, how long you're in it. It's kind of like a know your limits, right? KYL, acronym for kill, but it's a really easy way to know your limits, and it's going to be a different sliding scale for everyone, I guess. But Wham Fishing, guys, if you don't know Wham Fishing, go check him out. Head over to YouTube, check out Wham Fishing. This is going to be Wyatt Hammond, the new co-host of the Kayak Fishing Obsessed podcast. Some of you guys are scratching your head right now if you didn't know this. Seth, my former host, has some family stuff come up, and we'll explain. It's a timely thing, just because there's people out there that don't know what's happening, that don't need to know yet. But Seth and I are still good friends. It's a really great opportunity for him and his family. However, he just didn't have the margin to continue as the co-host, which is totally fine, because when I asked him a year ago, I just asked him, hey, can you just do it for a year? But Seth is a hammer in the tournament scene, and so I was looking for another hammer in the tournament scene, and Wyatt Hammond was on the show about a month and a half ago. I was like, this guy, I like him. He wins, he catches donkeys, and highly knowledgeable and willing to share anything. So I look forward to having his expertise on the show. I'm already learning a lot, and I know you will too. So Wyatt Hammond, check him out at Wham Fishing on YouTube. Wyatt Hammond, I think on some of the other platforms, you'll be pleased. I actually showed up my feed this morning with freaking 23.5-inch fish. I love it. Steven Sturgeon. There was conversation about whether that quarry was public or not. Chad said he did not know for sure. Yeah, I don't know if we're talking about the same quarry. We're not talking about Hero Lake.
Where you were fishing though, you were on.
I was on Lake
public
Gunnersville.
land. Yeah, you were on the bank.
Yeah.
It's almost like a dam between where Gunnersville, I guess that'd be in the back of what? It's not Spring Creek, but it's up towards that area.
Find it yourself. Stay out of my spot. That's where it was.
You're kind of like on the hill though, in between the two. So
for tournament fishing, it was out of bounds.
Yeah, but
for fun fishing, it was fun.
Where you were standing was public for sure.
Yeah, I would think so. I don't know. There wasn't no signs like keep out.
No.
Wasn't a lot of like foot traffic either.
I imagine if you came in from like the road somewhere.
I didn't even see a road. It was like on the side of a mountain. It was pretty wild. But Steven, if we're not talking about Hero Lake, we're talking about somewhere else. Mainstream fishing. It says, yo, my boy, what's up, brother? Be safe on the road, 100%. We are 2,200 miles into a 2,500-mile road trip, 40 hours on the road, and we only have 4.5 left before I'm home, another 5.5, 6 before Jake's home. And just appreciate all of y'all. We've been posting photos and reels, and like some of them went over a couple 100,000, 50,000, 30,000. And so appreciate y'all who are listening in and commenting and liking and all that fun stuff. Makes it fun out here on the road. That is 100% sure. What else we got here? Michael Bradley. What's up, Jermaine? What's up, Mike? Back and forth there. Not the temperature. I know, I feel bad. Jake and I are driving back, and we were wondering, I wonder which state ice is on the water. So I've been looking out the side of the road. It was midway through Kentucky. That's when I saw
like a
iced over.
Yeah, it was like a dust.
No, that little pond was iced over. Little farm pond. Okay. And a little bit of snow. But we are now in, I don't even know where we're at.
Pretty sure we're still in
Kentucky. I think we're in Kentucky. Making our way up Cincinnati to Columbus to Ohio, the promised land, the Caribbean of the Midwest. I was just thinking, we are 2 months, and then it's going to be ice off in mid-March. Usually around mid-March, water will open up. We'll get out there and just start slamming them because they eat. And it's like a slept on, right? Most people don't like getting out there in that cold water, and of course you have to do that safely and have the right gear. However, when that ice is off, those bass are munching. And so usually most people don't get out till like May. The water's still kind of cold. But that March, April is slept on in Ohio and a lot of cold regions. And of course, don't do it if you don't feel comfortable doing it. But if you feel comfortable doing it and you're taking all the safety precautions and so forth and so on, that could be money for you. All right. Wham fishing. Best ones used to be stands out in front of Walmart back in the day. What's the context of that? Because he wrote that like 10 minutes ago. Best one used to be stands out in Walmart.
Talking about boiled peanuts?
Oh, boiled peanuts? Man, what are you talking about, brother? I don't know. I can't put it together. Something said it was, Michigan said it was Tom Mann's Fish World. You can Google it. You still find a few news articles about it. It was so epic as a kid. I love it. Will Merck saying, yo, how's it going, brother? You have Swedish Chef 99, R.I.P. Joe Rogan, one of the most important podcasters of our time.
No way.
No.
Clickbait.
Is that clickbait?
What are you doing?
I didn't see it unless it happened like 10 minutes ago. And so if any of you guys know anything about Joe Rogan, There's no way.
Ain't no way.
I don't know. For someone to come into our podcast and say something so like outlandish,
Right, crazy.
yeah. So let me know if you know anything else. Is that something, and I'm dismissed because I've been live for the last 30 minutes?
All my sources are telling me you're full of it.
False. Fake news. Michigan outdoorsman James. Seth is a good man. Seems to be very knowledgeable. Let's see what we got here. We got the bot thing, 100%. Pretty humble guy when it comes to largemouth bass fishing. Family always first, brother. 100%. Definitely don't be fishing at the expense of family. I love it. All right. Do you like?
I think you made it. You're getting trolls in your chat now.
Yeah, but usually I only get bots if I like connected to Kick, and I'm not connected to Kick. So where'd that one come from? That came from.
Gotta read the name.
Where'd it go? Swedish Chef 90. Came from YouTube.
Yeah, Swedish Chef.
Swedish Chef 99. Of course,
Sweden.
Of course, doesn't have a profile picture. Highly likely. So it's a bot thing. Thank you, James. Steven Sturgeon, 9310. Do you like throwing red baits right after ice outs? Jake, I like you take this away. I know.
Yeah.
I know what you
We're
guys think.
fishing red baits in Gunnersville. That's actually, maybe I should have said that.
Say it, maybe.
No, Austin kind of, that's all he was really fishing until he switched over to crop and stuff. But apparently that type of bait is in season right now. I guess they're using in the MLF right now. They're using it as well.
Yeah, if you're watching the MLF, you literally see them pulling bass out, and a lot of the guys are using red chatterbaits and red chatterbait trailers.
Lipless strings.
Yep.
All that good stuff.
So, and you last year, I remember, right after ice out, you had the old red chatterbait.
Or big blade.
Even up in Ohio.
Red chatterbait. Just slow roll it through the shallowest water you can find, and you just slam it.
Juicy. I don't own a lot of red baits, mostly because you use them. I don't use them throughout the year. I don't know, green pumpkin. I was catching them yesterday on a, what was it? I think it was a green pumpkin or a black and blue, which I don't remember right now. I'm gonna post some pictures up. But so far so good. Looking forward to getting back into family. Haven't seen them since last Sunday, so miss my wife, miss my girls. Look forward to getting back to them. But for those of you who missed the first podcast, we stopped in at YakAttack early. Well, we got there Sunday night to Wade's house. He hosted us. He cooked for us a filet mignon. We might have had a couple old fashions. We may have had a cigar. We may have had pickled jam with cream cheese, which is the first time I've ever. Wasn't pickled jam.
It wasn't pickled jam.
What was it?
It was pepper jelly.
Pepper jelly.
Pepper jelly. That was delicious.
We got no boiled peanut comments. I don't understand. Maybe that's what Wayne was talking about.
No,
when they sell them outside of Walmart.
Slept on.
I don't know.
You can make it easy on your own.
Yeah.
Easy.
So Jake, what was your main takeaway from YakAttack? What are you like? Whoa, did not know that.
How they make their own molds. They have their own. They don't have another company send them in molds. Like they do it all themselves in house. They have their own person that does like quality of life adjustments like in their facility to make things more efficient.
You say quality of life?
I say quality of life. Yeah.
Quality control?
No. Quality of life improvements like the automated.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
There we go. Pedals and stuff.
Efficiencies.
Yeah. Make their product more efficient, or their line, assembly line more efficient. They have he's like a mad scientist. He kind of just cooks up some super efficient way to do things, and they implement it in their line. It's pretty cool.
Everyone's like, what are you talking about? Well, we'll let you know. I was putting together YakAttack parts. I might have put together your part.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't fall apart on you.
Sorry.
So what I loved about YakAttack is a couple things. One, it just felt family. Two, they allowed Jake to drive his drone around.
Yep.
That was fun. So I got some drone footage. They also allowed us to kind of drive around on scooters, which was also fun. And my favorite is, and Wade will probably regret the day he asked me this. He's like, hey Darren, getting ready to leave. Do you need anything? He's like, do I need anything from YakAttack? I think I filled up a shopping cart full of stuff I needed.
You dropped about half of it out the door though.
I did. If you guys saw that. Wade and I had a little fun. Still got some more fun videos coming out. So that was a good time. Ran over to Missile Baits after that. What were your thoughts on Missile?
Pretty cool warehouse. His John Cruz, Mr. John Cruz himself. His boat is gorgeous. I'm sure it's way prettier now.
It was new.
Yeah, it's brand new. He was getting it wrapped, or just before they got wrapped, we got to see it. I guess naked, if you will.
It was naked.
It was a pretty cool facility.
And then after we left
Very
Missile,
short visit.
yeah, it was a short visit. It was just say hi. John wasn't feeling great, and he told us that, but I still wanted to stop by. He actually gave us some. He had some baits that I actually threw on the back of a chatterbait in like Gunnersville. I'm not sure if that's what I caught him on or not. Yeah. Good chatterbait trailer. Just
that was a cool one.
I like him. I've met him a couple times now. I met him down at iCast. Mr. Wendell Fishing may be utilizing some more missile baits this upcoming year. Of course, I'm a lover of the D-bomb as a trailer. My gosh. They also have the baby D-bomb. Was there a micro D-bomb?
There is a micro D-bomb. Yeah.
Put that on. I could easily see me putting that on a Ned rig. That would be a good time. So let me know in the comments if you're listening in right now. What's your favorite missile bait? There's a bunch of them, but I'm primarily just use the D-bomb. But I know they got that. Was it the Chunky D?
Chunky D, yep.
There's a couple of them there. So we'll see. I'll have to grab some of those when I'm down at iCast 2026. Jake, you going to iCast with me this year?
Yeah.
Cameraman. So Jake, I was planning on coming on this trip by myself. It wasn't but 2 weeks ago. Jake calls me up. I was like, bro, I know you got more vacation time than anybody I know. Would you be interested in being the cameraman? Which now looking back, if I tried to do all that by myself, that would have been terrible. I would have had like me on a selfie stick.
Yep.
So I think the Lord is looking after me because I wouldn't have drone footage, and it would have me on a selfie stick, and it would have just really weird.
Dog tired driving.
I mean, dog tired. I wouldn't be able to post anything. I would have been driving in my little tiny truck. So Jake has a much nicer truck than I. It's like, and
gotta get to that Toyota sponsorship.
Come on, Toyota Fishing. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
That would be
Here is a truck. I wouldn't mind having a truck just to do the trip. Yeah, that was fun. Spunk Chat. There we go. That's what it is. I think that's the new one. Is that the new one?
That's the straight tail. You could shake a minnow with it. You could put on back a chatterbait.
Yeah.
But the ones we got, I don't know what they're called, but it's they got the little fin on the back. It's like a helicopter. That's what Austin was saying. I don't know what it's exactly.
Looks like we got another bot comment. I gotta read this because it's so ridiculous.
Yep.
Now that's fact. Says Scotland's national animal is the unicorn. The word for the hashtag symbol is technically a octothorpe, not a hashtag, a group of owls called the Parliament. So thank you, AI bots, for that juice.
What is the point?
I don't know.
What is the point of that?
I'm officially dumber now listening to that comment. May God have mercy on your soul. All right. Michigan Outdoors and James. You fellas be safe out there. Going home. The cold awaits. Seems pretty frigid the last few days in Kalamazoo. I used to live in Kalamazoo. It seems to be locked in for the foreseeable future. Please don't leave your animals outside. Got it. I like it. Second to the Spunk Chat from Michael Bradley. How's it going, brother? Low Life Angler. What's up, dudes? If we've seen Low Life, we're going to make our third annual trip down to the Columbus Expo. So if you are not heading to the Columbus Expo, it is a really sweet, I mean, it's busy. So I'm going to be there Friday. Jake's going to be there either Friday or Saturday, right?
Yeah,
Probably Friday. Hopefully run my cameraman again. We'll get a lot of the footage on Friday because Saturday is absolutely nuts. All your favorite people, all your favorite companies are going to be there. I am going to try to win the kayak contest. I can't tell you anymore. I'm bringing home a trophy.
I came in second place.
I'm bringing home a trophy. Did you come in second place?
I did, remember?
Out of 2 kayaks.
Yeah. Second place, first loser.
Raccoon Creek Outfitters puts on where they give away just 3 different trophies, like the rig to the gills, keeping it simple, and what's the other one? I forget what it is.
Keeping it simple, yeah. I don't know. That's it.
Yeah. Lowlife's going to be there on Friday. So Lowlife, I will see you. Fun fact, I am staying in an Airbnb with the old Dark Horse tackle crew. And so, what is that? Meatloaf from, is that Meatloaf? Not Meatloaf. What's his name? Shoot.
Anything else you say now is just going to be an inferior
Meatloaf. No.
Because Meatloaf is the best.
No. For the Jigs and Bigs podcast. What's his name? Not Meatloaf. Maybe it is. I don't know. My mind is not on par right now. We've been driving a long time.
W Meatloaf.
No, it's not Meatloaf. It's something. I don't know. You guys know what it is. Bobby Roast Beef. That's what it is. Bobby Roast Beef. Thank you, Michael. He's gonna stay in there. Also, AAA English are gonna be there this year.
Right.
So they're coming down from the old Michigan. So they'll be there.
I gotta go.
Come on. So I'm hanging out with them. I'm not sure if Paul's coming down, but I know Jeff is for sure. When I talked to him last, pretty sure Paul will make it. So it'll be good to see those dudes again. Pretty awesome. Chris Johnson said, "How's the fishing? Was the fishing with Chad?" To be fair, if we weren't there, Chad and Austin probably wouldn't have went fishing. We were kind of like riding him like a show pony because we wanted to go out because we have ice on the water up here in Ohio. And I just really wanted to catch my first fish. It's been a while since I set the hook. It's probably November. So it's been a good month and a half, maybe even 2 months since I had the rods out. And it was down there last time I fished. And so it was actually terrible. Earlier on the show, we talked about it a little bit, but we couldn't really fish all the places we want to fish because launching was sketchy. It was white capping and just makes for and it was kind of cold. And so we went to a more protected area. We were finding them on the grass. We found a metric ton of bait fish. I ended up picking up 4 bass. However, I had to get out of my kayak and walk up to a little reservoir area that was a quarry, and I caught them off the bank on the old big blade. So that was fun. I got that dopamine hit from catching 4, anywhere from 12 inches to maybe 17 inches. So they weren't donkeys, but when you haven't caught a fish in a while, that's going to have to hold me over until mid-March when the ice comes off the water here in 2 months. So I'm not quite sure if I'm able to fish if I'm traveling south anymore.
Maybe we'll get on some steelhead.
We could get some steelhead. Jake's been getting me into steelhead fishing when the rivers have a little bit of, when the ice is not rolling down them or when the ice is rolling down them. But I need to find some waders. I don't have waders. I borrowed them last time, so I need some waders. We'll see what happens. So it wasn't great fishing, but it was great community. I don't remember the last time I was out in the water with 4 rigged out kayaks just kind of cruising around, so that was kind of fun. And Chad and Austin are kind of just cool dudes. You skunked out. Chad skunked out. Austin caught a white bass and what else did he catch? Crappie.
Caught like a 2-pound crappie.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. Anyways, it happens. That's how it was. So Low Life Anchor is going to be in touch, Darren. I got to go and finish a house project. Now's the time to do those projects, brother. As another fellow Ohio angler, I get it. Get them done now. Because when March hits, it's game on. All house projects at the Wendell household get delayed until November or Sunday. So I'm jacked about this year. Any big plans? Used to be a hunter. You like giving up on that? You going full fishing now?
Yeah, full time. No, I used to bow hunt. Just the place I kind of moved further away from where I used to hunt, and if anybody else hunts out there, you know how much prep and all that you have to put into your harvest. So I wasn't planning on driving two hours each way just to set up a stand or
spread bait,
whatever. Yeah. Manage the food plot, so I just kind of tapped out of that.
Did you sell all that crap?
I did, yeah.
Did you buy fishing crap with all that crap?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So one of my favorite stories yesterday. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you. Someone asked how fishing was. This is my favorite story. We stopped at a bait store right on Lake Gunnersville. And
GTO, right?
GTO, yeah, if you guys know the area down there. Stopped in a GTO, and Jake proceeds to purchase a a red jackhammer TO.
No. It was a green pumpkin, but it was the tungsten. It was a jackhammer, but it was a tungsten jackhammer.
So it's a TI,
and it still has TG, I think.
TG tungsten.
And it had the Japanese writing on the back, so it was
evergreen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it's my understanding
but
that
it was green. It was green pumpkin, but the skirt had like gold flake in it. So
okay.
It's pretty cool.
So interesting fact, if you guys are listening in and if you watch it all the way to this point, I'm going to give you some juice here. When you see that, when it's all Japanese, it didn't have Z-Man on it, right?
It did.
Did it? Okay.
It's a jackhammer, pretty sure.
No. Just because it's a jackhammer doesn't mean.
You know, I don't know.
All right. So here's something I found out recently. That I guess, and if you look at your jackhammer, like the bag that your jackhammers come in, jackhammers, if it says Z-Man on it, I think that's a run of colors that Z-Man like licensed from Evergreen. If you look up in the right-hand corner of a jackhammer, you'll see it says Evergreen. And so you might be thinking, well, how can I just buy it straight from Evergreen? Well, you can actually go to like a samuraitackle.com, and they're usually on sale. I think the last time I saw them, you can get them for like $11. Now, granted, you have to pay shipping from Japan and also tariff, but even at the end of the day, they're still cheaper. So that's been interesting to me. So if you see all like the writing on the back, I'm guessing that it might have been straight from Japan and didn't have Z-Man.
They were more expensive, like $1.99 more expensive.
Because
so
you bought it from a
It's probably
waterfront.
Because they charge you the tariff after they gotta pay the tariff.
They still gotta make money. So if they get them in bulk for $10, they gotta sell you two for $20. They're not making anything. You got Shanter Kremer 1567. What's up? I love it. Steven Sturgeon. Don't know which I miss most about the yak or throwing the bait. I hear you, man. Just need to get back. I'll be goofing around some kayaks. We're dragging one back from the Bonafide. We didn't talk about Bonafide. The Bonafide. I think you're really going to love this video. It's going to be the first video I actually cut. And so I'll be working on that this week. We'll probably launch it on Saturday or Sunday. I launch videos on Thursday and Sunday. And do my podcast on Tuesday. So Tuesday, if you guys haven't figured this out yet, Tuesday, Thursday morning at 10, Sunday morning at 10. Watch, rinse, repeat every single week. Been doing that for a couple years now. So probably next Sunday at 10 o'clock, I'll launch the Bonafide video. And Hans, one of the designers there, designed the hammer, helped design the X-Range. He actually took us on the tour. He's been there for a while. So that was a lot of fun and actually kind of blew my mind. I didn't know the whole process. And I didn't realize how all the molds work. So you kind of just, sometimes you take for granted. And you always wonder, why do kayaks, quote unquote, cost so much? And everyone kind of, from time to time, I've heard this said, I'm not saying everyone. People say, why YakAttack's so expensive? Like this stuff's, a lot of it's American made. Now some of the stuff is not, but majority, 95% of what YakAttack make is American made. It's made right there in Farmville, Virginia. These kayaks are molded right there in Fletcher, North Carolina. And so when you have that, and you have that quality control, and you got those quality products, they're a little bit more expensive. But hopefully you will see, once I walk you through the process, you'll be like, oh, that's why they're so expensive. You guys should see the size of these ovens. It's not just one oven. There's one that looks like a carnival ride, right? It looks like if you went to the fair and had this thing that turned and left and right and up and down, and you could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 kayaks on the thing and cook it, and it's cooling process, and they're pulling them out of the molds, and there's people over here rigging them up and running the lines. All that's happening in Fletcher, North Carolina for your natives. It's happening for your Bonafides. It's happening for your Hurricanes. It's happening for your Liquid Ligas. It's actually even happening for your new canoe kayaks, which are actually molded there as well, and also hoodoo kayaks are molded there. You'll see all this in the video. And so some of your favorite kayak brands are made right here in the United States. I love it. Love it, love it. So hello, Shanter. Hello, Steven. But I'm losing my voice here, and I'm getting kind of hungry. It's 1:19 for us. We stopped at Buc-ee's not too long ago. Those ones. Jake somehow spent $70 at Buc-ee's. Walk and see how you did that again. You don't want to talk about it.
For my wife.
For his wife. And he bought me.
She's never been to a Buc-ee's, but she's obsessed with Buc-ee's.
She loves Boosies. Mooses. So we had we stopped at Bucky's twice and got the brisket twice. It was delicious. I had the brisket taco this morning. Also delicious.
We're getting passed by every swing.
You're the driving. What's going on?
I'm going 80 miles an hour at a 65, and these people are passing.
You're going
like
the speed limit.
Still.
I'm surprised. Jake's an officer, so he can go really as fast as he wants, and he's not going to get a ticket. What do you have, like a card that you hand him or something like that? Is there a secret code?
I am subject to the laws and regulations of every state in the United States, wherever I'm at, just like everybody else.
And if you believe that, I have some oceanfront property for you in Arizona. Sell for you real cheap.
Well,
I believe it. When's the last time you got a ticket, Jake?
Never, because I never get pulled over.
You always obey the speed limit, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, I love it. Kyle Miller, longtime listener, first time caller. I love it. I just bought the Titan X 10.5 and own a Crescent Shoaly. I will absolutely spend money on quality, 100%. And I've been in a Shoaly this year. My other fishing buddy, Jake Cook, Jake the fishing guy. So I've been in a Shoaly quite a bit. Solid kayak for river fishing. I personally like the Bonafide RVR, but I would fish out of a Shoaly as well. I think they're both fun, but I personally own the Bonafide. I just got it rigged out with Anchor Wizards. When I was at Bonafide, I picked up the Wizard foot steering, because right now I just have the I think it's like an add-on part you can get from Bonafide, but it slides on the rail. So unless you spray that down every single time, it's still gonna kind of stick. And so if that Wizard FTX, Wizard something, Wizard or whatever, the Bonafide put together
FTS.
foot control FTS, foot control steering FCS. It's actually bearing based, so the bearings run on the rail, so it's gonna be super smooth. So I'm looking forward to that because I got a Torpedo on the back of it. Which is also awesome for if you like to fish rivers and you don't have a buddy. So you can literally load in, you can run up river and then float down in case you don't have a buddy with another truck. So Colin B. Bassin, you're gonna sign off on his own tickets. You do that? People do that? Unsavory characters?
Sign off on my own tickets.
Can you intercept the ticket?
No.
No, you listen to him. He said he's subject to
imagine,
the laws and authorities of the land.
Imagine this: I actually get a ticket. Say I'm in Kentucky, I get a ticket.
Yeah.
Do you really think the police department or the court, whatever municipal court that I got the ticket in, whatever jurisdiction that is, and I call and be like, "Hey, I'm an officer," to erase it from the system?
No, but
there's no way that does not happen. Now,
is there a code?
There's no code.
Have you ever given an officer a ticket?
There is things such called I can't even think of the word now. I'm all flustered.
Jake's not answering my question, folks.
Yeah, I can't think of the word. Discretion. There's officer discretion. I mean, the same discretion I can give like an 80-year-old woman who makes a wrong left turn somewhere, I can give to anybody else, including another officer. So
Scenario.
That's how it works.
Say you pull me over, going 10 over. You give me a ticket?
10 over?
Yeah.
It depends on where. Are you going 10 over on the highway?
Yeah, on the highway.
On the highway, probably not. You probably wouldn't even get pulled over going 10 over on the highway.
I always heard of the rule.
It's like 15 over is like you're getting it.
Really?
Yeah.
So 5 over, you good?
5 over, you're typically good, yeah.
But still breaking the law.
Still, yeah. I mean, you can still get pulled over, right? So here's the thing: if you're going 5 over in a high drug traffic area, right, or 5 over in high crime area, and you're in a shady car with all blacked out windows or something, you're probably gonna get pulled over, right? But if you're going 5 miles an hour over on your local interstate, they will not waste your time. They will not waste their time pulling you over.
Someone said if you 9 You're fine, 10, you're mine, I was told.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on where you're at.
I like that.
If there's state patrol, they're probably going to pull you over regardless if they're bored.
I heard the stadies are, you're getting a ticket if they pull you over. They don't pull over for fun.
For the most part, yeah.
Not funsies.
Yep, no funsies. Or if like you're in a city, depending on what city you're in, if you're in like a high crime area city, you're unless you look like you're not up to no good, then you're probably not going to get pulled over. If you look like you're up to no good, then you're probably going to get pulled over.
So I'm asking for me. Do I look like I'm up to no good?
Well, rolling around in your taco. Maybe.
Yeah, my taco?
Maybe so.
In my Toyota? Does it feel bad?
That thing's pretty clean. Probably not.
So if you rolled up on me and you'd be like, God, this guy looks poor. Like poor. I can't hit him with a ticket. He can barely afford a truck.
Like I said, we don't typically just give tickets out. You know, we're at least in the city that I work in.
So is it technically officer discretion profiling? It's a fine line in my mind.
Profiling? No, not at all. So like,
this guy looks shady.
So I'll give you an example. I pulled somebody over.
Got a question.
Who I thought was like super drunk, right?
Yeah.
The city I work in has like a lot of one-way streets and stuff like that, so they just took a left-hand turn, and then they probably realized they took the wrong left-hand turn, and they kind of freaked out because they saw one-way signs in their face, and they probably, it startled probably anybody. So they hurry up and get off the side of the road, and I seen the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, this guy's hammered. Get up behind him, pull up, and it's like an 80-year-old dude. He's not from the area, doesn't know where he's at. I had every intention on arresting this person for OVI because I thought that's what. Well, obviously you gotta go through your steps to arrest him, but in my head I'm like, this guy's probably definitely drunk, right?
But
I get up there, and it's this old guy, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to utilize my officer discretion now. You broke about 4 traffic laws, but I can understand why you're in this situation, so I'm not going to give you a ticket. I'm going to help you get out safely, and you'll be on your merry way. Or
you're so nice. I want you to pull me over.
I'm gonna flip it, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Flip it. Now, if I got up to the car and then I found out that's what I was gonna do, I was gonna help the guy get out of there and not give a ticket because I understood. But if he starts mother effing me or starts, I didn't do anything wrong, or starts to argue with me, then there's probably gonna be some repercussions to come of that, if you know what I mean. So it all depends on what you give the officer too, right?
Yes.
So I love how this fishing podcast turned into a.
We're staying here for a minute. I got questions
inside the head of.
If you guys got questions for Jake, confessions of an officer,
yeah,
a Cleveland officer, go and throw those down there. I got a question. I got people sending me text messages over here. I don't know what's going on.
Not Cleveland. I don't work in
Cleveland. Cleveland. Outside of Cleveland. Outside of Cleveland, it's just like the suburb. It's just as bad.
Suburbish.
As Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've heard. Do you give people tickets?
Not. No. I do if I have to.
Do officers have quotas? Is that even legal?
It's not legal. That is a myth. No, they do not have quotas.
Is there like, okay, there's no official quotas, but there's actually like people doing people stuff, like so not from like the department.
So we have some departments have like their own traffic division.
Yeah. And
you get evaluated every year based on your how well you do your job. So if you're in the traffic division and you're not writing anybody tickets, how well are you really doing your job?
Well, maybe everyone's law-abiding citizens, Jake.
If you drove to the city that I work in, you will.
I mean, you all drive the speed limit, right?
You will have a different opinion on that, but yeah, I can understand your sentiment.
I always think there's questions down here. Kyle is the laughy faces over here.
Yeah.
Kyle Miller's pleading the fifth.
Good. Yeah. It's always good. It's always good.
Do you have people like?
It's always good.
Do you have any? So it's big right now. I love where this is going. This is live.
The audit.
Do you have any audit people?
Yeah, it never works
try
out.
to get you.
It doesn't work out for you. Just don't try it.
Well, it gotta be, I see where it's working out for people that are getting paid.
People are saying. People say like, oh, I'm not driving. I'm traveling. Well, you're just changing the definition at that point. It's not.
People try that.
It does not work. Oh yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. They always like try to, put their information on the window. That's fine and everything like that. But
do they have to roll the window down?
Case law in the United States says that an officer can remove you from the vehicle if there's any need for like an officer safety situation or anything like that. So if you get asked by an officer to step out of the vehicle, it doesn't mean you're under arrest or anything like that, because anybody who gets pulled over, you're always detained, right? You're still detained. Even the passenger is detained in that vehicle or wherever if you're just a passenger in the vehicle. So if the officer says that the passenger needs to step out of the vehicle, then the passenger has to, or else they can get arrested for obstructing.
When you pull people over, is their phones always like recording?
Not sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, oh, here's another question.
Yep.
I've heard, maybe it's a myth, that vehicles that are red, on average, get pulled over and get tickets more often. You heard that?
So yeah, I mean, I guess that is included in your insurance quote too. I think.
Is it for real?
If you have a red car, I think you get it's a higher.
Is it because there's more red cars in the country than any other red cars? Literally, like it just grabs your attention.
I guess because there's no like official data. I don't think. I'm sure like insurance companies have official data. Right?
I wonder if it's psychological, like red danger, give them ticket, they're dangerous.
Not even that. It's just like,
maybe you don't know. You're not.
Okay, so
you're not
so
the
say
insurance company, Jake.
You're at night, right? You're at dawn or whatever low light situation, and there's two cars driving the same speed down the highway, and
one's camo, you can't see it.
One's
the other one's
black
red.
and one's red. You're probably going to get behind the red car. I mean, that's like I said,
Jake's profiling red cars over here.
Official.
Well, you just said you're going to hit the red car versus the black car.
You're going to notice the red car more, I guess. So I don't know. There's no official data.
Okay, another question for you, and let me know if you have officer questions.
Red car, get them.
Get them. All right, but you can actually issue tickets if you want to.
Oh yeah.
Do you?
Like I said, only if I really absolutely need to. For example, if there's
you're not part of the traffic.
If there's an
so you could if you want.
If there's like an accident or something like that, then it's our policy and in our state to cite the at-fault party for the accident report.
This turned into an interview of Jake, which I actually like a whole lot.
Okay.
All right, we're
window fishing /
Yeah, I like it over here. All right. Yeah, that's crazy. I used to have a Mustang with the window tint. Out of county, I was pulled over. My county officer told me it would pull me over if he's got tint on it, or even on cop cars.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I mean, every jurisdiction in probably wherever this guy lives, wherever you're from, right? There's probably 10 jurisdictions in like 50 miles. So if you're in a city where it's a high crime city and you're rolling around at 2 o'clock in the morning in the high crime area with window tint, you're probably going to get pulled over. If you're driving down the highway and you're in the middle of nowhere and you have window tint, you're probably not going to get pulled over unless there's some bored state patrol guy that just wants to pull you over. It's actually, there is case law that protects us from essentially profiling people in a high crime area. So if we, like I said, if we see a car roll through, all window tinted out, and obviously you can't see into the vehicle at night, so you don't know what race the person is. It's just that vehicle has a high percentage of criminal activity if you're rolling through a high crime area at 2 o'clock at night with all window tinted out. I mean, there's case law in America to protect officers from that.
There you go, folks.
Because, I mean, that's how we prevent crime, right? We can't just let crime happen and then go in after the fact.
Have you ever dealt with someone who's trying to do an audit?
A couple times, but nothing crazy.
No, they haven't made it up to Cleveland yet.
Usually, like if you give them kindness, if you just show kindness to them and just talk to them like I do everybody.
Jake's a pretty kind guy.
It pretty much like diffuses the situation.
Then they don't get paid.
I see. Well, that's what they want. They
want to get you all triggered.
Yeah, and
trying to
I
bait
don't
you.
let that happen to me. But there are places that I've seen on the internet and stuff like that, where just officers totally take it out, and then it's kind of
New York, a lot of New York happening.
Oh yeah,
up there in the New England states.
Yeah.
Do you ever think to yourself, can't you see that they're trying to bait you?
Oh yeah, for sure. But there are some guys, like a lot of guys that like new or they have an ego. Which, I mean, I'd be lying to you if I told you that cops don't have egos, right?
Everybody has egos.
Yeah. Some people just get triggered by different things, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably you don't usually get cursed at for whatever reason, and blah blah blah. So they're trying to get a lot of times trying to get a paycheck. I'm sure there's probably some auditors out there who actually are just trying to audit, but that's not really great for social media. If it's every interaction is pleasant, people like watching that. All right, here's a question from Colin B. Basson: would you arrest someone for stealing YakAttack stuff?
It's actually, yeah. So he's going to answer. I'm going to drop him off the FBI facility on the way back. Actually, so it's a federal crime. He's transporting stolen property over state lines.
That's true. It's racketeering.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Woo!
So he doesn't know this yet. Surprise.
Got it. SWAT team's waiting at my house.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I made some calls.
I did. There's actually you can do I can get hit with a couple charges. Not only racketeering, theft, but also destruction of property.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you watch that video, I came around the corner and I completely wiped out a solar light. And then I blamed it on Wade. He's like, that wasn't me, Wade. It must have been you when you ripped around the corner.
You didn't even take your path.
No. He's like, bro, you cut right. You zigged. I thought you were going to zag. I was like, bro, I still got the moves. So please pray for Wade. He's still in the hospital with a pulled hammy. He's been recovering for a week now. So send flowers to Wade Clements.
That's a good song to put over that short of him going back and forth.
What are you talking about, Jake? All right, Southwest Indiana Outdoors. What's up, guys? Chase. How's it going, brother? Hope you're doing well. I like it. We got some down here. All right. Oh, we got all kinds of comments. All kinds of comments. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, we got to the comp questions. Woo! There's all kinds of them here. All right. If I made my bag back up here. Here we go. Does he have an FOP sticker in his back window? Fraternal Order of Police.
I do not. I'm the guy who doesn't let anybody know that I'm an officer outside of.
You can't even find him on social media unless you know his handle.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
Is that a thing?
I don't
try to get out of tickets by having
wear
a sticker?
thin blue lines. Crap. I don't tell anybody unless I know who they are. Really.
Well, there you go, folks. He does not have one.
Not one of those guys.
Colin B. Batson says, I'm in a business law college class, so the officer stuff is fun. Colin, keep your questions coming. I love it. Southwest Indiana Outdoors always drives the speed limit. He said, I bought a curtains present for a sketchy neighborhood a couple years back, and I was leaving, got pulled over about a mile down the road. He thought he was buying illegal substance. He's just picking something off of Facebook Marketplace.
Yep.
Oh, he gets pulled over. This is my wife. 100%. My wife's like, oh, I found this thing I need, and it's in Akron. I was like, babe, every time you send me to Akron, you send me to the sketchiest parts of Akron.
Oh, okay. Here's a good tip. If you're gonna buy anything on Amazon Marketplace, tell them to meet you at the police station. If they don't want to meet you at the police station, then you probably know something's up.
There you
Just
go.
say, meet you at the police station parking lot. It's surveilled. Everything is protected there. So there you go.
Ooh, especially for your single ladies out there.
Yep.
Good idea. Don't let people
And
know.
if they don't want to go to the police station, then you probably know they're a little sketchy.
Little sketch.
Yep.
Fascinating. So you have people meet in that parking lot all the time?
All the time. We have custody exchanges and stuff in the parking lot.
That makes sense. So it's not abnormal for someone just to pull into the police station. Nope. They make an exchange and leave.
Yeah, we don't monitor. Now, if you're sitting there
50 minutes.
For 50 minutes with your windows down, smoke rolling out or something, then yeah.
What you doing? I'm allowed being here.
Yeah. Technically, yeah, it's public area. But if you're doing illegal activity in our parking lot,
you got your problem. Yeah, loitering.
That'd be pretty scary.
Is loitering an issue? Can you get for loitering? Is there signs around loitering?
So, not really. I mean, it's if we're requested by the business, so work outside of a gas station for an hour.
Yeah.
We can't just like roll up to them and be like, hey, what you doing here? I mean, you can, right, if you think there's criminal activity afoot, but usually it's because if we're there, it's because the property owners or workers called us to investigate.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. That's private property, so they can trespass you.
Yeah, we can't walk up to you and outside of a gas station and say, hey, you got to go without permission or request from the owners.
And you can't solicit that request, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
I have to call you.
I can't walk in and be like, hey, you want this guy trespassed?
Yeah, we'll get him out.
Yeah, we gotta.
Can't do.
Now, if I walk in and there's like somebody giving people issues outside, I can be like, hey, are you aware of this guy outside, asking people for money and cussing at him or whatever? And they'll be like, no, we didn't know. And then they'll look at him and like, yeah, we want him to go. Then that's something.
Are you aware of the murder that just took place in your parking lot?
Pretty much,
No, I want the trespass.
That happens a lot, actually. So I'll like walk in to get my coffee or whatever, and there's some guy, there's a little disturbance on the side of the building, people yelling at each other. I'll walk in and be like, you guys okay with this outside? They're like, no, a customer just walked in and said, hey, there were some people yelling out there. I want them to go. So then we can go tell them, hey, you're trespassing. Get out of here.
And you're pretty intimidating, so I would leave.
I'm intimidating? Yeah.
Kyle Miller says, Jake, thanks for doing the job, brother.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Vinny, what is the most pulled over vehicle type brand? Yeah.
I don't know.
If you look sketchy.
I don't know.
Red car.
We have a specific.
Yeah. What do you train?
Every city has their own like culture, right? Like every city has their own flavor, if you will, and we just have like a certain vehicle that we look out for.
It's probably a red 2000 red Toyota Tacoma SR5.
Yeah. I am screwed. It's not the vehicle itself. It's not the vehicle itself. It's like it's a totality of circumstances, right? So
it's where it's at, when it's at.
Yeah.
So is there? I always wondered this because I watch some like shows and like, do you have like a tint meter? Like, there's laws about how it can be, how tint it can be. Do you have one of those?
There's some guys who have tint meters, and here's the thing too, like a lot of people outside of like on social media or whatever, they probably won't agree with me, but there is case law, right, that protects everything that we do. So I'll give you an example. There is a car, it's got blacked out tint rolling through a high crime area.
Get him, Jake, get him.
2:00 at night.
Oh man.
But guess what? They're stopping at every single stop sign. They're putting their blinkers on when they're supposed to. They're driving like perfect angels, but they have tint that is, we know that is illegal. Guess what? You're going to probably get stopped, and we're going to use the basis on your tint to further investigate
your suspicious
activity. So you are detained because you are an illegal stop, right? Because we're allowed to pull you over for having
reasonable
dark window tint.
Crime.
Exactly. So, and then from there, that's how we get a lot of guns off the streets. How we get a lot of drugs out of
drunks off the road.
Or drunks off the road. It's how we officers prevent crime instead of react to crime. So a lot of people say, oh, the cops don't do anything. Well, when we do stuff like that, a lot of people get upset that, hey, the officer pulled me over for a window tint. Well, guess what? We're trying to prevent crime. We're not trying to give somebody a bad day, right? We're in the act of preventing crime and being proactive in our community to get get people with warrants, violent warrants and stuff like that off the streets. That's how we can stop people, because face it, you're driving down the road, you see a cop behind you, and you're gonna obey every single traffic law known to man because you don't want to get pulled over. But sometimes we have to pull people over when they're driving like that. So there's equipment violations and stuff like that we can use to further investigate. So if you get pulled over because a cop says that your tail light is out, I mean, you're on a legal stop, so you can't really fight it, right? You just kind of have to, just be respectful, say, and explain what you're doing. And if the officer finds it reasonable that you're in some high crime area at night because you're doing DoorDash or something, they're gonna let you go. They're not gonna give you a hard time. Well, I'd say like 9 times out of 10. So that's just a way that we can, especially if you live in a high crime area, high crime city. That's one of the best ways to be able to pull a car over is window tint, because everybody's got it. It is illegal. There are cops that have window tint, but there are cops that don't drive around in high crime areas in the middle of the night. You know,
Nothing good.
Yeah,
nothing good takes place
after
after midnight, by the way. And even, I guess I'm an old man. I go to bed at 10 a.m. Here's a wild question from Colin B. Basson. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
Say, I got a wild question.
Okay.
You still ready for this?
Yeah, go. I'll give you a wild answer.
Let's say, and this is a guy who's in law school, so I think he's like, he's not.
Right.
I read the question before I'm asking him.
Yep.
He said, let's say someone is driving under the influence of alcohol, a late night. Should they drive at the speed limit exactly or slightly more to be less suspicious?
That's a trick question. You don't drive at all.
We got a good one here, folks. You're not going to get him. However, is it suspicious when someone drives like under the speed limit?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. And you can always tell too when they're looking in your rearview mirror because they're always drift off the side of the road.
Oh, they're constantly looking up.
Yeah.
Wherever you put your eyes is where you're going to drive towards.
Or the officer runs the plate. They know where you live, right? They know what your address is, and you just pull off some side street and then right into the first driveway. Oh yeah.
You got a warrant.
That's probably another reason for us to pull you over. So
interesting. Yeah. There you go, Colin B. Basson.
So we could always find probable cause, your PC, to stop a vehicle. Every vehicle out there has a violation on it at some point, right?
Not mine. You hear what I said? 2000 Toyota Tacoma SR5.
There are so many.
What would you pull my awesome little
Tonka
truck?
I'm not saying like equipment violations. Most cars do actually without knowing. People without knowing. But like if you go past the stop bar on a stop sign too far, or if you don't come to a complete stop when you're making a right hand turn on red, there are so many different violations out there that everybody, even myself, violate. But they're so small that you don't even realize you're doing it. There's so many different ways for that to work. And if you try to fight it, the officer's going to have their dash cam rolling probably 2 or 3 minutes before they pull you over. So that, I mean, the radar is going to go off, right? They're going to say, oh, that car seems to be a little suspicious. I'm going to follow it for a little bit and see what's going on. Or I'm going to keep my eyes on it. 9 times out of 10, their camera's rolling. So the first little thing that violation that they can technically pull you over, and they'll have it on camera.
Gotcha. That's what he's trying to say. You're not going to get away with it.
So what I'm trying to say is,
don't drive drunk.
Let the officer do their job. Let them come up to you. They should be, and I advocate for professional attitude when they talk to people. If you're professional and kind and courteous to the officer, I guarantee you they're going to be kind and courteous to you.
I like it.
So
I like it. Here's the question: radar detectors, worth it, or like you're just wasting your money?
Wasting your money.
Why? Would you guys have like special radar laser now?
People say, my radar detector has a laser detector on it too. So if it detects any type of lasers, then it'll tell. Well, guess what? If you get hit by a laser, you're already screwed. It takes like a half a second for that reading to get back to the officer once they laser.
Because it's not scanning like a cone, right? It's literally hitting your vehicle.
Yeah, it's pinpoint. It's like a laser pointer. That's what it is. And
so how would even a laser detector like pick up something that's a beam this big, or maybe a little bigger?
It's a marketing thing, I think.
Marketing. You bought one, you got gypped. Jake's still getting you.
I guarantee you, whatever high dollar, $1,000 radar detector don't work. Crap.
Are they legal in Ohio? Some states are illegal.
I don't even.
And what's the point if they don't really work?
Yeah, I don't even. I think they're silly. It's kind of weird because it's kind of like you're telling on yourself too. When you get pulled over, you have a radar detector. It's like, oh, what do you need that for? You always drive the speed limit, don't you?
Maybe they're radar geeks, Jake.
Yeah, maybe. I guess.
It's not a reasonable articulation crime. Maybe it's love radar and sonar.
Maybe. Are we in Cincinnati?
Oh, bro, we are in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Woohoo! I ran a marathon here a long time ago. I think the best way to find out if an officer is up on the road is simply by running your phone. Oh yeah, you know where this is going. So just to let you know, this entire trip, I've been working for you, every single one of you, because of course we're running the mileage on through Jake's phone. However, if you guys know, it'll actually tell you if there's an officer ahead, like on the side of the road. And Jake and I have been fighting the entire time because when Jake sees that, he says, "Not there." Whenever I see it, I say, "Still there." And so just to let you know, if you got a ticket anytime this past week along our routes, it was probably Jake's fault because he said the police officer was no longer there, and it was. And now you're paying $300. What's the biggest ticket you've ever issued? Or
so that's one thing too. I don't really know the
you don't know how much they cost?
Because that's all handled by the courts and stuff like that. Depending on how many points in your license, depending on how we don't really check all that stuff. We just issue the citations. Say, if you have any questions, you can call this number or go to this website, and you can pay your ticket now or wait till your court date and go to court. But you got whatever you want to do, you got to figure out what you're going to do before that date. That's all it is.
71 North. So you get, at the end of this, I think it goes on. We don't want to get lost. Hey, we back.
I think we're back.
we live still? Guys, sorry. As we were going, I think we're live. Let us know. Can you hear me?
Put an F in the chat.
Yeah, let us know if you can hear me. That was a problem. All right, I don't know if we're live or not. It says we're live, but we lost internet connection. I'm not sure if anybody's out there.
Yeah, we got 10 people watching right now.
13, jumping back up.
Jumping back up. Yeah, we went under like a double-decker bridge, and good old Starlink doesn't work very well when you can't see the satellites.
Problematic. So I got Starlink coming into Cincinnati. You guys know that bridge that goes over the Ohio River. So we went, hey, we're back now. Steven, stop talking about.
We didn't die.
Yeah, everyone, I was talking to Jake. So, yeah, that was wild. And then we went under like a tunnel. And so I got Starlink running and sitting up here above. We have solid connection, but problematic when you go under a metal bridge, a double-decker bridge. All right, we're having a fun little. Jake is an officer up in the suburbs of Cleveland. We were just supposed to talk fishing, but this got a lot of fun, and a lot of you guys had some questions. So we not done yet.
Did we lose all the questions?
No, I got questions. You got Charlie Sanders Fishing. What's up, brother? How's it going? Colin B. Bassis says free Wendell. Come on.
Free.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Steven Surgeon was an Illinois State Police officer. He used to carry a razor and gave people he pulled over for tinted windows the chance of taking it off, scraping it off, or getting a ticket. Was it back in like the 70s? What's going on?
I mean, I don't know.
That's fascinating. That'd be a wild. Tint's not difficult, like easy to get off.
So a lot of times when you get a window tint ticket, the court will actually mandate you to remove it, and you have to show proof that you removed it. And sometimes if you comply with whatever order the court says within the time frame that they give you, they'll just take off the court costs probably. But
what are court costs?
It's just administrative costs for going to court. It's usually a small percentage of your fee. But yeah, so they'll just remove the violation from your license or whatever, as long as you comply with whatever. A lot of people say, "Oh, I bought the car like this." Well, you're still not allowed to have tints. So
fascinating. Fascinating.
Tint past a certain point.
That's a great little comment. Thank you, Steven, for that.
The city I work in, we only worry about the tint given the circumstances that I already said. Another city that has a bunch of cops that have no crime to control and they just have nothing else better to do, your situation may vary, right?
Good call, like it. Steven Surgeon, this conversation should qualify Jake for duty hours. These hours shouldn't be counted against his vacation hours.
Dang right.
I need you guys to reach out to the Cleveland Police Department. He doesn't actually work at Cleveland. Where do you work? We're gonna keep that. Yeah. We're gonna keep that under wraps.
Outside of Cleveland.
Outside of Cleveland.
I'm not gonna give you a direction or anything like that.
There you go. He doesn't even want you to know. He's like, I've already shared more things than I wanted to share. Colin B. Bassin, another wild call. I haven't pre-read this one, so I'm not quite sure what Colin's gonna be asking. All right. He says, I got a bar regular that lives across from. He always walks, so he doesn't get a DUI. Can he still get charged for public intoxication? He's not wild, and he's kind of super chill. What's the rules around public intoxication?
Technically, the way in Ohio, the way the law is written, you have to create a substantial risk for self-harm, right? Say, like, if you're stumbling in the street, it's obviously, you create a substantial risk to your own health, right? So we want to take you, most of the time you're going to go to jail unless we can call somebody to come pick you up, and it's got to be like a sober family member for the most part. It can't be like good old Jimbo from this who's walking out, who had his last beer an hour ago. We want to make sure you get to somewhere safe for you, because it's a huge liability on our part, right? So if we go and talk to you, and everything is on camera now, every single call that you go on, you're going to be on camera, whether it be from your own officer's body camera or from like the bar's camera itself. Everywhere's got cameras now. So everything we do in today's age of policing is on assuming it's going to be on camera. So if we go and talk to you and we can clearly see that you're drunk and you can't take care of yourself, and we let you go, and you walk out in the street the next street over and get plowed by a bus or a car, it's going to be very bad for me to have to explain why I let you walk away. So if we can't find like a sober party to go with that's like close to you, sober party, like a family member or something, then you're probably going to end up going to jail for the night. Sit in the drunk tank.
The drunk tank.
Just so we can control where you're at and put you in a safe environment so you don't kill yourself or harm somebody else. You know,
protecting and serving over here.
So, but if we can, you know, but you kind of, so back to your situation, right? If it's your friend just walking across the street to go home, you got to be really messed up for us to even try to, you know, interact with you, right? So because we have, even if it's somebody walking, we still have to have probable cause to
jaywalking
approach you
and
have a conversation.
Crosswalk.
Potentially, what if you walked in a crosswalk? You know,
Gotcha.
So we have to have some type of reason to believe that you're intoxicated or committing a crime, right, for us to even talk to you. Unless it's like just a consensual conversation. But a consensual conversation is, it has to be two-way, right? It can't just be a one-way conversation. If the other person doesn't want to talk to us and there's no criminal activity afoot, then we kind of just have to end that conversation right then and there. So
fascinating.
Most officers understand that. Officers who are experienced understand that. So we don't even bother with people that are kind of on the edge, right? We don't bother with getting ourselves in situations where it could make us look stupid on the internet. We don't want to do that.
So I had a friend. Here's a question for me, and this is the Ask the Cop conversation with my buddy here, and so it turned into, let's talk about what the road trip was about. 2,500 miles of fun. Yeah. We are 231 miles from home, and which means we'll be there just in time for dinner time. So I'm excited about that. My question for Jace. Crap, I forgot it. You have one.
Just read a question.
Write it. Well, you got Ricky Bobby, 47, morning from Peninsula.
I already know your question.
Ricky Bobby, what's this question?
What place are you? If you ain't first, you're what?
You're last.
Okay.
Got it. Steven Surgeon says, you need a disclaimer stating this is for educational purposes only and not intended for legal advice.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Just let everyone know this is for educational purposes only and not intended for legal advice. So hopefully you were entertained. Can I just make
Are you entertained?
Can I just do that for like the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Anything that comes out of my mouth.
Not legal advice.
It's not legal advice.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever said do this, not do this.
No, I'm just a podcast host today.
To be fair.
Thank you, Steven. Looking out for me. I don't know. That's right. I did have a question. I forget what it was. It was about police officering. Tickets. Oh, here's one. Two things. So you got going to court.
Yep.
So do you get a lot of people that try to fight the tickets will take you to court?
I'd say it's like probably 5 to 10% of people go to court. Most people just pay the ticket.
Do most people go to the court because they know they're not guilty and want to fight it, or they hope that you don't show up if they don't have to pay it?
Oh, I don't know how it works in other cities, but in my city I work in, if you show up to court and you're going through a traffic trial or whatever,
yeah,
criminal trial, whatever, and they subpoena you, then you gotta go.
I'm talking about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I gotta go to court.
What if you're on vacation?
If you're on vacation, then they'll just extend it until.
Oh, so there's really not a scenario where you're gonna miss it.
Yeah, because if I don't show up to court, then they probably will dismiss the case, right? But guess who? I'm gonna get probably a contempt of court charge, criminal charge from my own court because I didn't show up to court. So that whole, like I said, there's other states and other cities that they vary differently, but for the most part, if the court is telling the officer they have to be there to testify, then they better be there. Can be charged just like if you don't show up to court, a contempt of court charge.
Have you This is fascinating. So if you're thinking that, hey, I'm going to show up to court and I really hope they don't show up, it's highly unlikely that way. Have you ever had, how many times do you go to court like a month for traffic charges?
Traffic? Not very much. I don't really write a whole bunch of tickets. So
how often you go to court? Why would you go to court then? Because you go often.
Criminal cases.
Got it. How many times do you go to court as the duty of being an officer?
So off duty or while I'm working?
Oh, is it gonna go for off duty?
Oh yeah, if I'm off duty, I gotta go to court.
Walk me through the whole process.
I get paid for it. So I work halfway during the week. So I work like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every other Wednesday. If I get a court appearance for like a Monday, I have to go to that. I get a subpoena to show up to court, and if I show up to court outside my normal business hours, then I get paid overtime, and it's like a
as you should, right?
For my department, they pay me, and everybody else who has to show up to court while they're not working, a minimum of 3 hours. So a lot of times we'll show up to court and we'll be there for 30 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes even a minute. Sometimes like there's mistakes in paperwork or a case gets settled before the officer shows up for the first appearance, and the officer's not notified. They can show up and they can say, "Hey, you're good to go home. The guy pled guilty for blah blah blah, or we dismissed the case, or whatever it is," and you just go home. So we'll turn in our subpoena, our paperwork, saying that we were here at this time. We get it stamped by the clerks and stuff, and then we get paid 3 hours minimum. So it doesn't matter if we're there for an hour, for 10 minutes, for the full 3 hours. It doesn't matter. We get paid for the 3 hours. And this is because it's inconveniencing us to have to go to court all the time and have to, on the time that we have off. Most of the time we have to come from our home, right?
And this is how Jake pays for his jackhammers. Which, by the way, we never finished that story. So Jake we were down in Gunnersville. I don't know how we got out. Is that when we went under the bridge?
Maybe.
So Jake went down to Gunnersville. He bought this $21 jackhammer, tungsten. And within an hour, he set the hook on this log. Probably felt good for a quarter second. Oh, yeah. There was a feeling
that the type of log that moves. Not so it wasn't like a hard.
It was like a stick, yeah.
So
and it was given.
It moved. And I'm like, oh, that's a bass. And
I have to say, I always say in my videos, guys, if it feels like a bass, hook sets are free. Well, in this scenario, it actually cost Jake $21. So hook sets are not free. Sometimes they cost you a ton of money.
It's about $25 snag because it got factored in the soft plastic.
Yeah, and you bought a reel, so that technically it cost you another $160.
Yeah,
that was $170.
I didn't lose the reel.
Plus you bought a rod at Cashion, so that was like that hook set cost you probably $275.
I mean, I didn't lose the rod and reel.
I know you didn't lose it, but it still cost you that to do it.
Money, yeah, but I got the reel and the rod for insanely cheap. So
yeah,
you take that.
You got a chatterbait rod.
Do you take the full MSRP?
No,
rod?
I don't.
Okay.
It's actually more expensive because you got a deal for going there.
It's like a $600.
That's a nice little combo you got there. Yeah. But he's got my favorite chatterbait rod, chatterbait from the Icon series from Cashion. So that was good. Ricky Bobby says, I run a bass fishing tournament club in Upper PA, northern Wisconsin.
Nice.
Man, when do you actually have, you guys get ice like in end of July up there. It's crazy. The bass fishing tournament season is like 3 weeks. I'm not sure. I always say, why do I live in Ohio? It's even worse if you live in the UP, but man, is it beautiful during the summer. Wow. All right, Jake, I think we're out of Ask a Cop questions. Oh, I got one more. We'll finish off. We are going an hour and 40 minutes. It's a little 5-minute interruption as we went through Cincinnati under a double-decker bridge. I'm always curious about, the cameras you guys wear. And I know this question, so I know the answer to this question, so I'm asking the softball question. Are those always on? Can you turn them off?
They're not always on.
Okay.
So they're in a low power standby mode, and they record. I think it's up to a minute prior to you pressing the button, and it'll hold that memory. So there's like certain activations that you can make it turn on and start recording. You can press the button and it starts recording. You could unholster your weapon because we have a little sensor in our holster. We can turn on our taser because they all connect to everything is made by the same company. We can turn our lights on and it turns our dash cam on and our body camera, body worn camera. And then if you open the passenger door, like where the prisoners go, that also has a sensor that turns on your camera. Not just my camera, everybody else's camera who's around me. So there's like low power states that you can put on. So like if you're going to the bathroom or something, you can put it on sleep mode, which it does not record on trigger. So like you could be going to the bathroom thinking that you're not going to push the button, you're not going to take your gun out of your holster or something, but somebody in the locker room does, and then it turns your camera on while you're taking a whiz. That's happened more than you think. So
my question is, how do we take that technology and apply it to bass fishing so I don't have to edit 8 hours of videos?
Kind of does. You can say GoPro record.
No. I'm talking about like, hey, whenever the rod bends a certain degree angle, it starts recording. Anytime I say, oh yeah, it starts recording.
So I think there are cameras that you can customize. I think the 360 camera, you can use a certain
voice prompt
or like a hand motion or something that starts the recording.
Whenever your buddy gets the donkey or sets the hook on a giant log and loses a $25 jackhammer, starts recording.
That's why you gotta you can set it to you can GoPro record, it goes back 30 seconds, a minute, whatever it is.
You can loop it. Well, folks, that's a wrap. It's 1 hour and 41 minutes. Thank you guys for listening in. It's been fun. You helped us burn a couple hours on the road trip. We are 2,300 miles into a 2,500 mile road trip. A lot of time on the road. Met some awesome people. Visited YakAttack. Visited Missile Baits. Visited Cashion. Visited Humminbird. Visited Kayak Bass Fishing. And now we're heading home, and I got a crap ton. A metric crap ton of videos to edit, and I'll be rolling those out probably as early as next Sunday, with the first one being at Bonafide Big Adventures Native Hurricane Liquid Logic. I'm going to show you how the sausage is made. Thanks you guys for listening. You guys have a good one. See you. Bye.